Welcome back everyone. In today's session, I'm going to discuss 28 very important give reasons from the essay Advice to Youth written by Mark Twain. Now, I have referred to almost all the workbooks available in the market, and I have given my own questions as well so that you can attempt any give reason question coming from this essay. Question 1. It is best to target the very young for instructions because youth is a very impressionable phase and young people can be easily molded, thereby enabling Mark Twain to question and expose the standards set by a self-serving society. Now, this is a compact single reason written in my own words. You are supposed to give just one reason and a brief reason. The length is going to vary depending on the question available. Now, what are the key words and expressions? Let us try to analyze this reason. It is best to target the very young. Young people को target करना बहुत easy है और वो क्यों है? Youth is a very impressionable phase. जो young लोग हैं वो बहुत संवेदनशील होते हैं. Youth is an impressionable phase of life. Youth, young people, बहुत जल्द किसी के प्रभाव में आ जाते हैं. And young people can also be easily molded. बड़े बुजुर्ग जिस तरह सिखाएंगे, young people easily वो सीखेंगे और उसी तरह behave करेंगे. Thereby enabling Mark Twain, the writer, to question and expose. This is an essay meant to expose the standards set by a self-serving society. What is a self-serving society? A self-serving society is characterized by selfishness, self-interests. ऐसे सोसाइटी में, ऐसे समाज में जो लोग हैं वो अपने फायदे के लिए कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. ये लोग सेल्फिश होते हैं और ये लोग बहुत सारे स्टैंडर्ड सेट कर देते हैं जिसे फॉलो करके दूसरे लोग उन्हें उनकी तरह ही सोच और विचार करने लगेंगे. ये सेल्फिश लोग अपने फायदे के लिए कुछ भी कर सकते हैं और ये लोग किसे टारगेट करते हैं? यंग पीपल को टारगेट करते हैं. तो मार्क ट्वेन actually wants to attack these standards. He wants to expose. This is a satire. In this essay, you will find humor, satire, irony, hasya vyang, virodhavas, paradox. And what is the ultimate aim of Mark Twain? I have already discussed this in the line-by-line explanation video. He wants to attack the figures of authority in society, and he also wants to question and expose the standards set by a self-serving society. So dear students, in this way I have packed in so much in just a single reason. एक छोटा brief reason, मगर इस reason में जो words मैंने use किया है वो बहुत ही powerful है और मेरा reason बहुत impactful हो गया है. So try to write your reasons in this way. The young people must obey their parents because the first instruction, the first piece of advice given by Mark Twain. एक साधारण सा, एक normal सा advice. Young people must obey their parents because there is a reason. This is a predetermined social norm. Society में, समाज में हमें क्या सिखाया जाता है बचपन से? हमें अपने पेरेंट्स को ओबे करना है, हमें डिसोबे नहीं करना है. एंड डिसोबीडियंस विल लीड टू डिसएग्रीमेंट, ट्रबल इन द हाउसहोल्ड डोमेन. झगड़े हो सकते हैं, डिसएग्रीमेंट्स हो सकते हैं, तो ये ठीक नहीं है. हमें हर वक्त पेरेंट्स को ओबे करना चाहिए. पेरेंट्स सब कुछ जानते हैं. एंड दिस इज अ प्री डिटरमाइंड सोशल नॉर्म. नॉर्म का मतलब ये एक रूल है, हम सब करते हैं. एंड will pose a challenge to the authority of parents. Therefore, the young people must obey their parents. तो मार्क ट्वेन यहाँ पे क्या कहते हैं? ये एक predetermined social norm है और disobedience, अगर हम disobey करते हैं अपने पेरेंट्स को तो इससे घर में झगड़े हो सकते हैं, शांति नष्ट हो सकता है. And this will also pose a challenge to the authority of parents. Here is an attack. This is a satirical attack and irony. So you must strike a balance between obeying your parents and doing as you want, thinking independently. So this is the satire. साधारण से दिखने वाले pieces of advice actually are loaded with humor, satire and irony, and you must highlight this in your reasons. छोटे छोटे reasons मगर एक reason. Don't make the mistake of writing multiple reasons. And in your own words, the young people must always, now the same साधारण सा एक first advice, मगर यहाँ पे मैंने सिर्फ always शब्द ऐड कर दिया है, तो रीजन दूसरा हो जाएगा, फ्रेमिंग ऑफ द आंसर दूसरा हो जाएगा. द यंग पीपल मस्ट ऑलवेज ओबे तो करना चाहिए क्योंकि ये एक प्री डिटरमाइंड सोशल नॉर्म है और झगड़े हो सकते हैं, अशांति फैल सकता है, मगर जब हम ऑलवेज ऐड कर देते हैं जैसे कि मार्क ट्वेन ने किया है, the young people must always obey their parents when they are present, because now herein comes the twist, the humor. हास्य व्यंग्य, herein comes the twist. जब वो नहीं रहेंगे आसपास तो हम क्या ओबे नहीं करेंगे, मगर हमको ऑलवेज ओबे करना है. तो ये क्या बात हुई, यहाँ पे एक ट्विस्ट है, एक ह्यूमरस ट्विस्ट है, और ये एक आयरनी भी है, और ये एक पैराडॉक्स भी है. सो देयर इज ह्यूमर, देयर इज पैराडॉक्स, विरोधाभास, एंड देयर इज आयरनी एज वेल. एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन मगर so many things, so many important things to deal with. So the young people must always obey their parents when they are present, because such selective obedience to parents, selective, जब वो रहेंगे हमारे आसपास तो हम obey करेंगे, जब वो नहीं करेंगे हम अपने मनमर्जी के मालिक होंगे. Selective obedience to parents will ensure, help the young people to carve their own way. Number one, while still giving their parents a sense of complete control. So this is how you are going to strike a balance. हम जो सोचते हैं वही हम काम करेंगे. We will be able to carve our own way. We will be able to make our own choices, while still giving their parents a sense of complete control. Parents सोचेंगे वो complete control में है, बच्चे हमारे obedient है, हम जो बोलते हैं वो सुनते हैं, मगर हम सुनेंगे भी और अपने जो मनमर्जी है उसके मुताबिक भी काम करेंगे. And therefore we must adopt the path, the method of selective obedience to parents. So here is the humor and the paradox and the irony. Parents are considered to be figures of authority in the society. Parents always feel that they know better. No problem with that. हम लोग झगड़ा नहीं लगाएंगे. मार्क ट्वेन का उद्देश्य झगड़ा नहीं लगाना है. स्टूडेंट्स को, यंग पीपल को डिसोबे करने के लिए वो उकसा नहीं रहे हैं, मगर वो सिर्फ कहना चाहते हैं just strike a balance. Again, a brief reason, but a compact reason. Full marks मिलेगा ऐसे तुम अगर reasons लिखोगे. After this, it is the best policy to always obey your parents when they are present. Again, the same question. The reason will be different. So frame your reasons according to the question available. Dear students, this is a reference material. I am teaching you how to write such reasons. So take help from this reference material and write in your own words, no problem. Because in the long run, this will prove to be beneficial. हम बहुत सारे benefits enjoy कर सकते हैं अगर हम selective obedience to parents करते हैं. As parents will not tolerate such disobedience, parents ये सब tolerate नहीं करेंगे. अगर हम उनके सामने खुल्लम खुल्ला disobey करते हैं तो ये tolerate नहीं किया जाएगा. And ultimately, they will compel the young people to accept their authority. तो क्या फायदा झगड़ा करके? Parents will make the youngsters obey them. हमेशा Parents will make the youngsters, they'll force, compel. Compel का मतलब force the youngsters to obey them because they themselves, parents खुद, are socially conditioned. Very important term, socially conditioned. बचपन से पेरेंट्स को भी ये सिखाया जाता है अपने माँ बाप और सीनियर्स, माँ बाप जो कहते हैं वो सब सुनो, कभी disobey मत करो. So they themselves are socially conditioned to believe that they know better than the youngsters and are also aware of the natural tendency of the youngsters to defy their parents. Teenagers are naturally prone to disobeying their parents. वो जो generation gap है उसे वो समझ नहीं पाते और वो अपना जो व्यू पॉइंट से वो जबरदस्ती रखते हैं. पेरेंट्स भी तो नहीं मानते, इसके वजह से एक डिसएग्रीमेंट होता है एंड देयर इज नो पीस इन द हाउस होल्ड. देयरफॉर पेरेंट्स विल मेक द यंगस्टर्स ओबे देम. नंबर वन रीजन, they have learnt this and they will make the children follow this. And number two, they are always aware that ultimately the youngsters are going to defy them, disobey them. Therefore they use force, they compel, जबरदस्ती उन्हें अपने बच्चों से obedience, अपने बच्चों को obedience सिखाना पड़ता है. So the same topic, one after the other, the questions are more or less the same, but the reasons are different. The youngsters can generally make more by humoring the superstition, because superstition क्या है? Superstition है, Mark Twain here makes a satirical comment. So again, here is a satire, superstition. If you get a question, he calls it a superstition. Why? Because this is a satire, a satirical comment. I'll just add this so that you can use this in some other reason. The youngsters can generally make more by humoring the superstition, because in this way they will not only, number one, they will not only be able to mark their own individuality, to carve their own way, to think independently, but also maintain, number two, peace at home. शांति भी होगा घर में और ये बच्चे, ये यंगस्टर्स जो करना चाहते हैं वो खुल के कर सकेंगे. तो क्या फायदा डिसोबे करके, चैलेंज करके अथॉरिटी को. ह्यूमर द सुपरस्टिशन. सुपरस्टिशन क्या है? सुपरस्टिशन है, हम सब जानते हैं, पेरेंट्स सोचते हैं हम सब जानते हैं, हम बेहतर जानते हैं, और ये बच्चे कुछ नहीं जानते. सो इट इज बेटर टू ह्यूमर द सुपरस्टिशन बाय गिविंग देयर पेरेंट्स अ सेंस ऑफ कंप्लीट कंट्रोल. सी द सेम रीजन बट फ्रेम्ड डिफरेंटली. Question 7. The lark is the best thing to wake up to because lark is a bird. Ironically, yes, this is irony. Humor. This is not just irony but also humor here. So the lark is the best thing to wake up to because ironically this will guarantee your reputation. This will guarantee your reputation remains a pleasant one by letting others, ये others कौन है? The figures of authority in society, to believe you are an early riser and disciplined. You will be able to convince everybody that you are very disciplined if you train the lark to make the call as late as possible. In this way, the figures of authority will feel pleased and your reputation will remain a pleasant one. कोई तुम्हें क्वेश्चन नहीं करेगा, बदनाम नहीं करेगा कि तुम लेट उठते हो. क्या है? प्रीडिटरमाइंड सोशल नॉर्म. जल्दी सो जाओ, जल्दी उठो. हाँ, तो एक लार्क को जस्ट ट्रेन कर दो, वो भी लेट उठेगा और तुम भी लेट उठोगे, मगर सब लोगों को लगेगा सब कुछ ठीक है और ये लड़का या लड़की बहुत अच्छा है, डिसिप्लिन्ड है. अ यंग पर्सन कैन स्लीप लॉन्गर. सो यू कैन ऐड दिस ऑल्सो, यू कैन राइट दिस ऑल्सो. A young person can sleep longer. You can frame your own reasons. A question may have multiple interpretations, so you may write any one. I have given my interpretation of the text. In today's day and age, always avoid violence because it is an age of charity and kindliness. This is again humor. This is again irony, paradox. This is irony, satire, sab kuch. Belligerent attitude is unwanted and unwarranted. Violent acts is violent attitude is unwanted and unwarranted. However, this is ironical and the time has also gone by. So number 1, age of charity and kindliness, and number 2, time has also gone. And you can frame this reason in another way. Being violent is outdated, primitive. ये old fashioned हो गया है violence. अब the time has gone by. अब बहुत primitive, outdated है अगर कोई violent हो जाए, extreme measures use करे. Now you must use guile, deception to exact revenge. अगर किसी के ऊपर revenge लेना है तो use guile. Understood? So do it in a subtle manner. Direct attack मत कर देना. Violently attack मत कर देना. चुपके से guile use करके Guile attack करना to exact revenge. You can write this reason as well. Being violent is outdated and primitive. So, one should use guile to exact revenge. In this way, Mark Twain is making use of satire, irony, paradox in order to challenge the established social customs, norms, traditions. समाज हमें एक सेट तरीके से बिहेव करना सिखाता है. मार्क ट्वेन इसी सेट तरीके को, इसी सोसाइटल स्टैंडर्ड्स को क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं थ्रू दीज पीसेस ऑफ एडवाइस. साधारण से दिखने वाले पीसेस ऑफ एडवाइस. द यंग पीपल मस्ट बी केयरफुल अबाउट लाइंग बिकॉज इफ दे आर कॉट, क्या होगा? लाइंग विदाउट परफेक्शन, दिस विल कॉज इररिपेरेबल डैमेज. लर्न दिस, इररिपेरेबल डैमेज टू देयर रेप्यूटेशन. अगर बदनाम हो जाए, कोई अगर बदनाम हो जाता है तो वो कभी ठीक नहीं कर पाएगा अपने इमेज सोसाइटी में. समाज कभी माफ नहीं करता. अगर तुम एक लायर बन जाते हो सोसाइटी के नजरों में तो तुम हमेशा एक लायर, एक झूठे इंसान ही रह जाओगे. कभी तुम वो डैमेज रिपेयर नहीं कर पाओगे. Mark Twain advises youngsters to simply watch their chance because धीरे चलो. He advises against quick reactions. He is not in favor of quick reactions and they must wait for the most opportune moment to hit back or retaliate if someone hurts or insults them. ये जो young people हैं, तुम भी young हो. Young people क्या करते हैं? बहुत rash होते हैं, impulsive होते हैं और quick reactions दिखाते हैं. Mark Twain wants the young people to learn not to be so rash and impulsive, but to wait for the most favorable moment to hit back or retaliate. I have given 2 words, just write any one. अगर तुम hit back लिखते हो तो retaliate मत लिखो. अगर retaliate लिखना चाहते हो तो hit back मत लिखो. This is just to teach you synonyms. If someone hurts or insults them. Many young persons have injured themselves permanently through a single clumsy lie. You must tell a lie with perfection. This is the irony. Should you lie? No, never. Just understand how Mark Twain is trying to attack this concept. Because they have committed or made an error by lying carelessly without complete training. झूठ बोलने का भी एक ट्रेनिंग होता है. Young people ought to be temperate in the use of lying until they have completed their training. As discussed, the art of lying needs training, years of training, practice and experience. So they must control themselves. They must be temperate in the use of lying because Practice and experience will give them confidence, elegance, precision. वो ठीक तरीके से, सटीक तरीके से, confidently, elegantly झूठ बोल सकेंगे, किसी को पता भी नहीं चलेगा. And this will be able, and they will be able to reap the benefits and profit of lying. Lying एक profitable काम है. अगर तुम झूठ बोलते हो, तुम सब कुछ हासिल कर पाओगे. So here is the attack, the satire. Mark Twain is actually telling the youngsters not to lie by giving it a humorous, ironical twist. So you must clarify this concept. He is giving a humorous plus ironical twist. Paradox, virodhavas, paradoxical, ironical twist. So this is the satire. Advice to youth is all about paradox, humor and irony. This is complex. This essay is brief. छोटा सा एक chapter है, मगर ये बहुत complex है and you must learn how to write the answers properly.